Enjoying secrets of a sugar daddy? How about a little something extra? Here's today's dose of extra sugar with Marcus.
Hey, this is Marcus, and welcome to this segment of Extra Sugar. Well, I think I'm just about recovered from our big party weekend. The Enrique Iglesias Pitbull Ricky Martin concert weekend was so fun. And we've recorded a couple episodes that are going to be coming out soon. And man, I tell you what, we have a lot of good episodes in the bag here. I believe on Tuesday, we are going to release the episode from Lana. We called her Muscles, and she's a good friend of mine. And that episode is really good. She's a natural. It was her first podcast, and she did so great. And then we have an interview with Maria Scaptura that will be coming out in a few weeks. Also a couple of good interviews from people that attended the party. And then today, we recorded an amazing interview with Alejandra, my sugar baby. And we talked about the good and the bad of BDSM. So you're definitely going to want to hear that episode. It got pretty deep, and we had a very important guest join us, who was Amy, my original co-host. So it was a really special one that we recorded today. I'm excited for you guys to hear it down the road. One thing that we're going to do is we have set up a Patreon. It's a VIP access membership. It's only $10 a month. It's very cheap. Become a VIP supporter of the show. One of the things we're going to do is start putting previews of the upcoming shows in the Patreon account. So you will get to hear a big chunk of the shows that we have not released yet. And you're going to get to hear those before anybody else gets to hear them. So that's going to be one perk among others. So go to patreon.com. I think it's / Secrets of a Sugar Daddy podcast. I'll put a link to it at the bottom of this segment. Anyway, I've been getting your letters and emails and text and Instagram DMs, and I'll tell you, the overwhelming support for the show is mind-blowing. Amy and I started this show a few years ago, and we were just talking about our experiences and thought we might be able to help a few people. And this family has grown so large, and it's so loving. It's just, it's almost shocking. But we love it. We're going to continue doing it and keep writing in and keep messaging us and keep following us on Instagram. All right, so here's a letter. As a matter of fact, I just got this today. I was wondering what I was going to do my extra sugar about, and I pulled up the email. We're going to call her, actually down at the bottom, she signed it Jazzy Jasmine. Okay, there's a lot of good stuff in this. It's a little long, so I will pause at different parts and give my opinion, but starts out, hello. I've been binge listening to your podcast. Yes, binging. So good, with many, many O's. Thanks so much for creating such great content. The stories, the interviews, the tips, the advice are all super fun and helpful. I have a few questions and a topic for you to potentially explore on your show. What's the age range of sugar babies? And what tips do you have for older sugar babies? I'm 44 years old. Is that old? Well, you know that my main co-host now, Lily, is 53, and she has found unbelievable success. We have had many guests, and another co-host of mine, Angie, is in her mid-40s, and she is finding tons of success. I actually think there's a nice niche for people in their 30s and 40s, and we go over that quite a bit. But no, 44 years old is not too old to be a sugar baby. She goes on, I have a lot to offer in terms of intelligence, wit, kinky interest, tender care, and discretion. I don't have kids, and I run my own business, so I have a flexible schedule, and I can talk business matters with the best of them, if that's where the conversation flows. I am well-traveled and would love to travel more and have time and ease of lifestyle to do it. I mean, you sound ideal, because a lot of these sugar daddies are older. they do have the means, they do have the time to travel and to be spontaneous. And with your flexible schedule and no kids and being able to match wits with them in the business sense, sounds like you're a great candidate. All right, going on, it says, so I am confident I have a lot to offer, and I also have a few insecurities that may prevent me from taking the plunge and really giving this a try. I'm struggling with the concept of competing with younger and or more beautiful babies. I work out regularly and have a well-toned body, but I also have some dimpling on my thighs and a tiny bit of luscious baby fat on my belly. I've been told I have alluring eyes and a winning smile, but I'm not classically beautiful, meaning I'm pretty but not model material. Oh, I think you're being way too critical. I haven't seen a photo of you, but I think most of us, men and women, battle with these things. She says, I'm also starting to show some signs of aging. Yep, that happens. And I have a few wrinkles and my skin is starting to have a bit less sparkle. Ugh, I hate how critical we women are to ourselves. If a sugar daddy was willing to pay for fillers and implants, or if I had the extra money myself, I would do it in a heartbeat. I don't want to feel like I would do these things for the men in my life. I would genuinely be doing it for myself because I want it, and I feel good about that. I guess what I'm asking here is, what are the showstoppers, the deal breakers? Are men only interested in young-looking model-like women? What are the advantages and disadvantages of being older and having more life and love experience? How do I mentally prepare myself for this dating process? Do I need to thicken my skin for lots of rejection? Yeah, Lily comments all the time, you gotta kiss a lot of frogs to find that prince. And as beautiful and stunning as Lily is, she went out on a lot of dates and met all kinds of men, and most of them didn't work out, but she did find a special few. And actually now she's found her person and fallen madly and deeply in love with him. So, yeah, you do need to mentally prepare yourself for the dating process. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're sugar dating, vanilla dating. It's a tough world out there, and yeah, you'll need to thicken your skin. Man, I tell you what, I've had some of the most unbelievable rejection. I've had people hang up on me in mid-conversation. I've had people leave suddenly from the date. And, I like to think that I'm a pretty good conversationalist. I'm a nice guy, but it can be a tough world out there when you're dating. But I didn't give up, and I have found the most incredible people in my life through this process. So it's worth it. All right, going on, she says, I've done well on the vanilla dating sites, but I'm just not interested in vanilla anymore. It's so fucking boring. I agree with you. The sorting process and the fucking are downright boring. I'm interested in sugar daddies because I'm looking for a higher caliber of man. Rich, yes, but also someone who is cultured and can be a mentor to me. Someone who has a stimulating life, intellectually and in the bedroom. Let's be honest, I have some of my own fantasies I'd like fulfilled too. I've heard Lily say she is in her 50s and is now in an exclusive relationship. Woot woot. Props. Super happy for Lily. But I also have no idea what she looks like or how much money and gifts she receives. From the sound of her voice, she is drop-dead gorgeous. Well, a lot of people got to meet Lily a couple weeks ago at the party, and they would agree with you. She is gorgeous. Another thing, I'm not doing this for the money. As mentioned before, I'm more so interested in the caliber of men. And also, let's be honest, of course, I'm interested in the money, experiences, and gifts. But seriously, I've heard the going rate for PPM is 400 to 1,000 PPM. Is it crazy if that feels low to me? For all that I have to offer, I feel like I'm worth more. I'm a highly educated businesswoman who lives in a very expensive city. I think how easy 1,000 PPM or the higher equivalent of a multiplied monthly allowance can easily disappear on basic expenses. can I charge more, or would I get laughed at and rejected for trying? There's an old saying that you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. And honestly, the better your negotiation skills, the more you'll get. She did put the city here, and I left it out, but that is a very expensive city, and the PPMs may be higher there. And there has been times where I have offered a certain PPM, but a girl brought more to the table, and she asked for higher, and I thought, you know what? You do bring a lot more than the average girl to the table, and I will match that, or I will fulfill that request. So figure out what's fair to you. Now, obviously, when you throw out a bigger number, you're going to limit the number of people that can afford that, and or limit the number of dates that you have. So it's all up to you. You'll figure it out really quick. As far as gifts go, I enjoy nice clothes and gifts just as much as the next woman, but I don't need a bunch of fancy bags and high heel shoes. I will always look nice for my sugar daddy, but I'd rather invest the money. How do I enroll a man in paying me more for PPM or allowance, and how can I leverage cash more so than gifts? Am I too practical to be a sugar baby, or how do I position myself for the sugar daddies who are more aligned with my lifestyle choices and desires? For example, I would much rather go hiking than go shopping for an LV bag, but it seems off-putting to bargain for my regular PPM plus $5,000 in lieu of a Louis Vuitton bag while we go romp around in the woods, literally and figuratively. Many babies take the bag and then go sell it anyways, perhaps for less than what was paid at the store. So I'm just being practical here. Let me help my sugar daddy put his money to good or better use. I'm pretty straightforward and realistic. I'm honest and I don't lie. But I find myself wondering, maybe that's not what flies in the sugar arena. Maybe I should fib about my age. Most people think I'm in my mid-30s anyway. Or maybe I should turn on my alter ego and play the part. Okay, there's more, but I got to stop here. Do not lie about your age. I can't tell you how many times I've shown up and they'll have like 27 in their profile. And I go, oh, so you're 27? They're like, oh, was that what it said? No, I'm 35. Or I actually did a meet and greet the other day, and somebody said that they were 31 or 32, and she was really in her 40s. Now, it just didn't get off to a good start when there was that big a difference in your age. Now, I did roll back the clock on my profile once when I turned 50. I just was shell-shocked that I had turned 50, so I rolled it back to 47. It's not that big of a stretch. It's not like I was in my 30s. But after a while, I went ahead and got that corrected and put my real age. I just was having a really hard time with the big 50 number. But now I don't care. I'm 55. I put it in my profile. It is what it is. And then as far as playing the part, yeah, there is a part that you do play. But what you want to do is find a sugar daddy that you're very comfortable with, and maybe you don't have to play that part. But yeah, a lot of sugar babies play the role of the girl, or give the guy the girlfriend experience. They act interested, they act sexy, they act flirty with the guy, even though they may not be into him 100% that way. They are playing a role, and they're compensated nicely for that. So yeah, talking about the role, she goes on, maybe a ditzy blonde one day, a sexy exotic vixen the next. I'll do that anyways, because role-playing is fun. But ultimately, I desire to be accepted for me, the real, authentic me. Yeah, and that's the best. When they accept you for you, you'll have the best experience. All right. And towards the end here, she says, I don't know. Maybe some sugar daddies are into babes like me. I just want to be me and get what I want all the time. Have my cake and eat it too. Who knows? Maybe I'll be cherished, spoiled little baby after all. Wah. She's funny. With a mind full of questions and a heart full of desire, Jasmine, a.k.a. Jazzy, a.k.a. Jazzy Jasmine. Would love to hear your thoughts on all this. Willing to share any key reflections? Thank you. Well, hopefully I was able to answer a few of those, and you are going to get so much of almost every one of these questions that you've asked. You're going to be able to get so much information and clarification just by listening to the podcast. We cover these things, not maybe 100% in each episode, but with all the episodes combined, we go over these things over and over and over, and you're going to find that 44 is a fine age to be a sugar baby, and it sounds like you really bring a lot. And there's a lot of men that don't want to go out with 21-year-old girls. Yeah, so just the other day, my girlfriend and I, we work out together, and we go get acai bowls after at this little shop. And there's a certain cashier there that helps us a lot. Well, I went by myself because Alejandra couldn't make it, and she asked me, "Oh, did your daughter not make it with you today?" I don't know why she thought Alejandra was my daughter, because every time we go in there, Alejandra is flirting with me, holding my hand, and she makes it pretty clear that she's my girlfriend. But I do get that a lot, and it is kind of annoying but I understand it. We have almost a 30-year age difference. Now, would I prefer if Alejandra was 35 or 45? Yes, I actually would. And then I wouldn't be getting these comments and these stares. Do I enjoy the company of a younger woman? I do, but I got to deal with the bullshit that comes from society as we go around town, and they think she's my daughter, or they think I'm robbing the cradle. So, a long-winded answer is 44 is just fine to be a sugar baby. Bring what you've got. There's going to be plenty of men who appreciate that and desire that, and I believe pay you exactly what you want to get paid out of it. And who knows? You could find some business interests, some business connections. The opportunities are endless. But you just got to show up and put yourself out there. Put your feet in the fire. Learn. It's going to be an experience, but you just got to do it and see if it's right for you. I hope you enjoyed today's Extra Sugar, and thank you, Jazzy Jasmine, for writing in. And again, don't forget to go to the link at the bottom of the page to be a VIP supporter of the show. And follow us on Instagram. You can tell us your stories there or on our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. And finally, one last thing. I've put actually the link to OMG Yes. It's a program on how to pleasure a woman properly. It's good for men or women. It's a one-time purchase. I highly recommend it. I've taken the course myself. The women I have been with have appreciated my skills that I have learned from this program. And it's a lot of fun too. So go to there, go to OMG Yes, the link on our website at secretsofasugardaddy.com. Click on it. You'll be able to read all about the program. And I highly recommend it. Knowledge is key. Keep learning. All right. Until next time. Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed your Extra Sugar with Marcus. As always, visit our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com, to comment or tell us your story.